Hi, my name is James Holroyd from PocketSurvey Cloud Surveying Software. Welcome to this short demonstration. I'm going to show you how the fire damper inspection software works and how to create your inspection reports quickly and easily. If you're not already a PocketSurvey user, contact us to get your low-cost trial month. The first thing to mention about the app is that it's designed for mobile devices, but also works great on desktop computers. There's only one interface to learn, which looks the same on all devices, so you can use it on Apple or Android, tablets and phones, as well as desktop computers such as Windows, Mac and Chrome. With our uncluttered and easy to use interface, you can speed up your workflow tremendously and produce your survey reports immediately after doing your site inspections. All our cloud-based apps look similar and have some common features. So let's look at a fire damper inspection I've already done to give you an overview of what comes out at the end. On the buildings list, I tap on a building and you'll see the front page photo and inspection status, and then below that you've got some buttons. We can add a damper. There's a button to create the inspection report and one to open the generated report. If we scroll down, you'll see which client this report belongs to. That is if you have multiple clients. You can turn off the clients feature in the app setup if you don't want to use it. The inspection details section shows the inspector, inspection date, inspection time, the type of inspection, followed by some free format descriptive notes. The building details section shows more information about the building. There's an optional section to capture general building information. Of course, the most essential part of the report is the fire dampers section. You will see all the fire dampers inspected if you tap the view button. The items are grouped by the priority status for ease of view. You can add more fire dampers using the add button. Towards the end, you've got general building images such as floor plans, schematics and any image you want to add to your report. If you want to make changes to the inspection, select the edit button. Let's scroll back to the top of the building record. To create your PDF report, choose the Create Report button, and when the report is ready, select the Open Report button. Let's look at a typical report in more detail. The front page is branded with your logo and your address. Then you've got your front photo of the building, plus an optional trade logo. Then you get an automatic table of contents, which is all hyperlinked, so you can jump to the different sections quickly. The report contains quite a lot of detailed information, all created at a click of a button. Then you've got an introduction page. Now all these phrases can be edited in the app, but we'll come to that later in the app setup. The overview section of the report shows inspection details, optional client details, building details, and if you're using the Remedial Works add-on feature, you can see the total cost of the remedial work for the fire dampers in this building. And you've got a breakdown of the status of all the dampers. This provides a nice executive overview for the client of the status of the dampers before reviewing the individual dampers. An additional information section is available for capturing any further details relevant to the survey, such as excluded areas or means of escape that might benefit your client. The fire damper register follows this section, detailing internal damper references, the location of the damper, type and a red, amber, green rating for the overall status of each damper. The individual dampers are shown in the following section of the report. Let's review a damper that has failed the inspection. This includes all the essential information such as damper type, airflow function, control method and some size information for each damper. It also includes supporting photographs, up to 3 per damper with built-in captions. The core of the inspection is the streamline checklist. We've identified 10 key areas of a fire damper survey and developed concise statements that address multiple compliance points within each area. This efficient approach minimises redundancy and significantly reduces the surveyor's workload. Each checklist item includes a statement, a pass or fail indicator, and any necessary actions. Following the checklist, the surveyor can easily log any required remedial works, including quantities and cost estimates. We've recorded 3 dampers in this survey, and each has its own dedicated page of review with all the relevant supporting information. We've included a helpful general fire damper safety guidelines for extra information for your client. Then a page on regulatory compliance. Disclaimer and limitations. Again, all this can be amended to suit your requirements in the app setup. Finally, a quality assurance statement to sign off the survey that includes the inspector's signature. Any forms of certification can be shown at the end of the survey with dedicated pages to display this. So let's start a new fire damper inspection to see how easy it is. Tap the Add button at the bottom right of the building's list screen. You'll see a scrollable form with several fields to fill in. Most of these will be user configurable menus to speed up data entry. First, you can choose a client, or if you want to, add a new one. Let's add a new client organization. Type my client, then tap Use. Then you can either add a client contact name or pick an existing one. You can store other information about your client, which is helpful if you want to contact your clients on site, and so you have a little client database. Then we can choose the inspector. You can have different classes of inspectors, like more powerful administrators. You can also have a client login where a client can access their reports via a client portal. Choose an inspection date and an inspection time, and then add some inspection notes if you want to. The inspection status menu helps you track the workflow of your reports. We use a color-coded pipeline approach where you go from schedule through to completed work. Remember, you can add this information on site or do it in the office if you prefer. Now let's add some building details. You have a place to add a building reference, or you can use a report reference instead. Adding addresses is easy since Google will search for the address if you start typing it in. You can import addresses in bulk using the import feature within the app. The building name is used to identify different buildings at the same address. You can add an optional short description of the building. It's a good idea to allocate the report to a town, especially if you work nationwide, enter other building details as required. Your reports will look much better with photos, and PocketSurvey makes this easy for you. So let's take a building photo. I'm going to choose one that I've already taken, because I'm using a desktop computer, but you would snap this on site, directly from your camera. That's the photo added to the front page of your report. You use a similar approach when taking fire damper photos. When I choose Save the Building Record, you'll notice it's prompting us to choose which inspection type to use since it's a mandatory field. Choose an appropriate inspection type, then Save to add your report to the buildings list. Now we've set up the first part of the report. We can now inspect the fire dampers in the building. Let's do that now. So we'll tap into the building record to view it, and you'll see the information we've entered so far. What we're going to do now is add a fire damper. We tap the Add Damper button to load the scrollable data entry form. You should establish a location first, so you should choose a particular floor. And then, optionally, you can specify a room or area. You can tailor the list of locations to suit your needs in the app setup. Then, you choose the damper reference. You can set this damper reference list up yourself, but we've preloaded some references to make it easy. Then you can enter a damper code. This code can be a scanned barcode or tag. Next, we add some information about the damper type. We specify the airflow function, control method, and then enter the damper size. Enter the length and width of the damper and the app will auto-calculate the casing size. So that's the location of the damper and some basic information entered. The core of the inspection is the streamline checklist. Simply select Pass, Fail or Not Applicable. Let's select that this damper has failed on its links. Tap Fail and you will see a list of actions is displayed. You can look through these and tick all the relevant things relating to the damper. This is a quick way of answering many yes or no questions in one go. You can enter more detailed notes if necessary at the bottom of the form. However, the checklist menu should be sufficient for most purposes. We've implemented a method of inspecting a fire damper that makes it really quick. Following the checklist, you'll have 3 choices to indicate the overall condition of the damper: overall pass, overall fail end, not tested, and then take a photograph. You can take up to 3 photos per damper. The app will automatically launch the camera on your mobile device. However, I'll pick one from my computer because I'm demonstrating the app on a desktop computer. You can take more photos and even draw on them to annotate them. You can keep adding other dampers by choosing the little Add button. Once you've inspected all the items in your building, you can now create your PDF report. You tap into the building record and choose the more prominent Create Report button. You will be prompted to confirm. It takes about 30 or 60 seconds while the software generates the report in the background. You can continue to work on other inspections while you are waiting. The Open Report button will appear when your report is ready. So far we've covered the essential aspects of creating a fire damper inspection report. As you've seen, it's quick and easy to do and produces a fantastic client report. But there's lots more to the software. For example, if your client wants a costed list of remedial works, you can use our Costed Works add-on feature. See our longer training videos to learn more about this feature. The most revolutionary part of all the PocketSurvey apps is the App Setup feature, where you can customize menus and report sections to suit your needs. You will see several configuration areas. By all means, contact us if you would like a personalized demonstration of these features. The Survey Design section allows you to tailor various elements of the survey, including compliance statements, categories, and frequently used actions. Don't be afraid of experimenting during your low-cost trial. We're always on hand to give you help and support. There is also a tables feature for exporting your data to spreadsheet files. Now, remember to get your low-cost trial if you're not already a PocketSurvey user, where you will get your first month's subscription at the vastly reduced price. There's no obligation to carry on your subscription after the trial month, and you've got access to the full software, including free training and support. If you don't like the software after that, that's no problem. Just let us know and we won't bill you, and you can continue your search for a digital solution for your fire damper inspections. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to learn more about any of our PocketSurvey apps, please visit our website PocketSurvey.com, where you'll see lots of information about all our building and inspection software. So that's the PocketSurvey fire and smoke damper inspection software in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. Bye for now and see you soon.